What happens when secrets, lies, and revenge all collide in Genoa City? This week on The Young and the Restless, every alliance is being tested, and Victor Newman's manipulative schemes might finally push everyone over the edge. We kick things off with Kyle Abbott, who's doing his best to reassure Claire Newman. At the Tack House, Kyle insists that nothing happened with Audra Charles, but Claire isn't convinced until she hears the full story. When she presses him, Kyle finally reveals the ugly truth: Victor Newman had been funding Vibrante as part of a plan to use Audra to break them apart. Audra's sudden interference wasn't random, it was orchestrated. Kyle admits Audra believed she had him hooked during their time in Nice, but he swears that she was wrong. Nothing happened, he says, pulling Claire into a hug and promising her that his heart is firmly with her. Still, the shadow of Victor's influence lingers. Kyle worries Audra won't give up easily, and Claire? She's ready to strike back. With ice in her tone, Claire warns that Audra doesn't know who she's dealing with, and that's a fight we'd all pay to see. Meanwhile, Victor's tightening his grip on every front. After demanding that Audra return every cent he invested in Vibrante, Audra storms out in anger. But this isn't a woman who takes defeat quietly. Could she now target both Claire and Kyle as a way to prove her worth, or simply to get revenge? Elsewhere in Genoa City, Nikki Newman has her own ideas. Catching up with Jack Abbott at Crimson Lights, Nikki floats the idea of teaming up with Victor against Kane Ashby. But Jack, ever the realist, isn't buying it. Partnering with Victor? That's a disaster waiting to happen, especially with the bad blood between the Newmans and Abbotts. Still, Nikki can't ignore the chaos Victor has been causing, especially after his relentless pressure on Claire following Cole Howard's memorial. And just when Nikki tries to vent her frustrations, who should appear but Audra herself, overhearing every word. Audra makes it perfectly clear she's not going anywhere, no matter who wants her gone. Meanwhile, over at Kane's suite, family tensions explode. Jill Abbott, speaking to Kane via video call, reveals that she's known about his Aristotle Dumas identity for quite some time. But instead of strategizing about that, she's furious with Billy Abbott. With Chance Chancellor's tragic death still fresh, Jill can't believe Billy's priorities. As usual, Billy feels like Jill's pointing the finger squarely at him. The tension between Billy and Kane only worsens until Phyllis Summers steps in to cool things down. Kane still believes Billy is worth working with, but Phyllis warns him that Billy might do more harm than good. For now, Kane is determined to stay the course, even as Billy and Victor continue their own war of words. And let's just say, Victor isn't intimidated by anyone. He hints that he's ready to bury anyone who crosses him, and that includes Billy. Stay tuned, because Genoa City's power players are done playing nice, and the fallout will be explosive.